I was wondering if anybody would be open to me practicing um, coaching. Um, I don't have a license to coach or anything like that, but I do have experience, a little bit of experience. Um, I've healed about almost a third of the way, I would say. I'm almost a third of the way healed after uh, narcissist abuse. Um, or psychopath abuse, whatever you want to call it. Um, Same difference. Uh, but I do have a little bit experience, not just surviving it all, but healing from it all as well in the aftermath. Um, I do think I do think the aftermath of the scapegoat child separation is more difficult than just someone in a romantic relationship with a narcissist later in life. Um, with the scapegoat child, right out of the gates, you are up against this robot from hell. Right out of the gates, from your first memories, you're up against these robots from hell that you couldn't win against. You knew you couldn't win against, no matter what you did. And so I do have experience of being around these, whatever you want to call them, and surviving. You know, I'm still breathing, so I survived it. Um, yeah. Anyways, but I do have experience of surviving it and healing in the aftermath. Um, I thought just surviving it was a huge accomplishment. Like just not being 6 feet under physically, I thought was a huge accomplishment in itself. Not trying to go down the healing road, but in itself, not being 6 foot under is a huge accomplishment for the scapegoat child. You know what I'm saying? To survive it, not be in a cemetery, and actually uh, separate and building a new separate life on their own, healing from all of it. You know what I mean? At the same time, um, which is what I've been trying to do. But um, I've had a lot of help. So, um, and I asked God or the universe for a lot of help because this is a hard road for me. It's not an easy road for me. It's I'm strong, but I'm not this strong. You know what I'm saying? To walk this road by myself and make it. Um, I was making the parallel or the metaphor today is like I feel like I'm Frodo in Lord of the Rings and I got this heavy weight ring on me and I'm going down this long journey and I'm about a tenth of the way on the journey right now. I'm like barely at the village of Bree, just outside the Shire. That's that's how far I feel I've gone. I haven't gotten very far. Maybe I do think I'm about almost a third of the way healed, but I don't think I'm that far along on the journey. You know what I'm saying? The journey, I don't feel like I'm very far along at all. I'm like at the beginning stages, like just leaving the Shire, the toxic environment that I was around my whole life, just leaving that, and I'm like at the village of Bree right now, and like I have people helping me, like uh, other hobbits helping me, like Sam type of people, like you know what I mean. I've had people help me along the journey, like a fellowship, in a way, forming. But anyways, I thought that was a pretty good metaphor because if I don't think of it as a journey like that, uh, it's hard for me to comprehend. You know what I'm saying? Um, if I don't think of it as an actual journey without a completion, you know what I mean? Like um, I'm hitting all these checkpoints along the journey. There's no completion point. It helps me a lot more if I see it as a journey like that, rather than just something I have to accomplish and finish and be done. You know, like my brain is used to. Like how society teaches you. You take the test and then you're done. You go home. It's not like that. It's a whole different type of road than anything uh, I learned in society. That's for damn sure. But anyways, um, if you're interested and you do think I can help you, I do think it would help me as well if I practice coaching somebody. Like I said, I'm about a little over 2 years maintaining no contact. I'm a little past 2 years right now. So I do have experience, and I know the first couple of years are the toughest. I know that already. Like um, it has seemed to gotten a little easier each day, but like the first couple of years after you make no contact for real are pretty rough for the scapegoat child. The first couple of years are pretty damn rough. So, and it's still rough, even at my position. It's still rough. So, um, anyways, if you feel like if I coach you and you feel like that I have helped you, you don't have to donate. But if you do want to, I don't even know how to do all that. Like, if my services are worth something, um, I kind of want to, I don't know, leave my personal info, like address and stuff. I want to leave that out of it. Like I don't want a lot of people knowing that. Um, Even though some people know it, but it's not. I don't know. I'll figure that out at a different time. But the main thing is just um, practicing uh, coaching. Like I said, I'm not a counselor. But I have read a lot of books. I've survived this. Um, I am healing from it currently. I'm healing from it. And it's probably a lifelong healing journey. Um, I'm starting to realize. So, trying to figure out how I can keep going on the journey, uh, because like just my main job isn't really cutting it, as far as me, as far as it helping me as much as I want it to help me on the journey. You know what I mean? I would want to try to make money, try to do something else. So I have, I don't know. everything goes towards the journey. So to to help the journey go, um, I know buying possessions won't help me. I've done that. I bought possessions. I bought anything a person could want. That won't help me on the journey. So possessions won't help me. So it has to go towards healing. Everything has to go towards healing, the healing road, literally. And I noticed that when I focus on the healing road, the universe notices that and helps me somehow more on the healing road. Somehow they find a way to help me on the healing road when I'm trying to take it serious. Somehow like I'll get the money to accomplish the next thing, and then all of a sudden I'll have enough money for the next thing. You know what I mean? Like, um, it, it's provided me a way, whether, what I'm trying to say is like the universe has always provided me a way to heal further on the journey if I'm trying. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just trying to find another way to, maybe help somebody and make money on at the same time, you know, if it's worth something. If if the person doesn't feel like it's worth anything, then they don't have to give me anything. I don't know. It's kind of just a practice, just to see if I can. I've helped people a little bit in the past, but I feel like I'm a little more able to help people now because I'm a little more healthy. Um, I'm a little bit further from the chaos, uh, the battlefield. I'm a little bit farther from the battlefield now, so I can think a little clearer, and I could actually help somebody a little better than I could, for example, like a year ago. You know, I can help somebody more now than a year ago. Um, and people have helped me. They've coached me for free during the early stages of no contact because it's rough. It's rough, especially for the scapegoat child. It's I know it's harder than just a person that was in a relationship with the narcissist for 8 or 9 years or 10 years, for example. It's totally different. The scapegoat has been up against this since their first memories, so it's a whole different ball game for the scapegoat. The scapegoat has been around it more, even even at a young age. They've been up against it, so the scapegoat's been in constant warfare, literally, with probably not even realizing it. Constant warfare in a mental Vietnam prison camp type of environment. That's the best way I can describe it. You're a hostage, and they weakened you really badly, mentally, emotionally, physically, every level. They weakened you so badly that even if you escaped, you couldn't get very far. That's how badly they weaken you. So I know that very well. Um, I was basically a hostage for most of my life. A lot of my life, I was a hostage. Anytime I tried to voice that I wanted to leave, there were threats, disappointments, all that. Like, I wanted to leave the religion. They wouldn't let me. That's one example. They all looked down on me for wanting to be free of the religion that they were all part of, and I wanted none of it. Uh, so that was one weapon used against me, was the religion. They were using the religion to hold me hostage, the rules of the religion, um, and just them bullying me throughout life from a young age, just kind of bullying me. put me down, put me in a corner, type of bullshit, treat me like shit. But so I do know it's like, I don't know about better than most, but uh, only only God knows, and me, uh, how much I went through overall, because it was a lot, and so I have to heal from a lot still. The deprogramming mainly. I'm fighting the programming now. Um, Even though you physically uh, got away, you're fighting the programming that they programmed you over all those years, all that programming over all the years, through religion, through whatever, systematic brainwashing. You have to deprogram all that, and that's fucking hard to do. And that's what I'm currently doing. And, I have people in my life that help me stay in the present, to counter the programming that's in my mind. Um, I don't know. It's hard to explain, but even when the scapegoat escapes, their mind is still programmed, and so their mind has to. You have to overcome the programming, no matter where you go. I don't care where you move to on this planet. You have to overcome the programming that they did to you, no matter where you go. Physical distance, like I said, uh, is not enough. It helps, but it's not enough to overcome programming. I could move to Australia. I would still be fighting the programming, even in Australia, that far away. So, um, it's the real deal. How they rewire your brain and condition you and brainwash you, it's the real deal. So, um, I don't know. It was just an idea that came through my head to maybe start practicing coaching. I don't know. I have some experience, so just let me know. And if not, that's fine. Um, I do know that the loneliness is the loneliness alone is killer for the scapegoat child. The loneliness, not just the loneliness while you're around your family, but the loneliness after you escape your family, because no one understands. No one in the world, you won't find people on the street that understand. So, um, that's a loneliness in itself, that part of it. So, just talking to somebody that understands it can be comforting in itself, even without the coaching. um, Not just for another survivor, but for me as well, uh, because it is it's a lonely road. Even with help, even with real help, it's still a hard, lonely road for the scapegoat child. Um, it's Overall, it's a lonely life, and I'm speaking from my experience. Overall, it's been a real lonely life for me. No one's understood me. Uh, Everyone's been doing their weird shit around me. You know, you know how they are. um, Trying to be a part of the in crowd all the time. They are, um, with religion or whatever, and any likes or dislikes that you are interested. Say you like soccer, they don't really care. They don't care about anything about you. So it's hard. It's hard to grow up like that when they don't really care. So, anyways, just let me know. It's kind of a new avenue that I just thought about that maybe I could explore. That maybe I have the maturity and the experience to help coach somebody. Maybe uh, that's why I just call it maybe practice. Uh, because I've helped people with a little bit of things, but I've never really coached somebody that's been. I'm talking about the scapegoat child that has been beaten down his whole life, held hostage his whole life, doesn't know a way out his whole life. I'm talking about helping that scapegoat, that one that didn't have a ally in the world close by. That's the one I want to help because I know what it's like to be uh that person that's just does no one gives a shit about. You're the leper. You're the leper walking around in the family. You know, you're the bitch boy. You're the pet. You're the slave. Uh, they want you there on command to anything they want you to go to. They want you there on command, whether it's dinner, gatherings, weddings, funerals, you name it. They want you to be there. They want you there like a little dog on a leash. I want to help that scapegoat that no one gave a fuck about and treated him like shit, treated him like a dog on a leash, like it wasn't even human his whole life. I want to help that one that no one gave a shit about, that no one can barely even reach. The scapegoat doesn't even know they don't even know who they are. They've been beaten down so much, they don't even know their name. You know, that's the one I want to help, because I know what it's like to be that. I know what it's like to be erased by these individuals. I know what it's like. And it's the worst. It's the worst life ever. It's not even a life. You're just numb the whole time. To survive, you're just numb, you're dissociating. It's not even a life. You know, you need help, but the people around you are causing you the pain. So they can't help you. So you're kind of fucked. uh, and I know how hard it is to get a professional to believe you of how insidious and evil this whole thing is. Uh, I still think it's beyond professionals to help. And I've seen a lot of professionals, they don't know how to help someone that's been scapegoated for more than 20 years. They don't have a clue. I mean, it's out of anybody on the planet, the scapegoat takes the most abuse. How do you help someone that's been abused that long? You know what I'm saying? It won't be helped in a short period of time. That's going to be a long healing process, and it is. It's a long healing process. It's not like you go to the doctor and just tell them, "Oh, I was scapegoated by my family for 25 years. How do I cure this? How do I cure myself from all that bullying, that targeting of me, physical abuse? What can you do for me to help me overcome all that?" There's nothing. Uh, there's nothing. They can give you things that help you with the symptoms while you try to heal on your own. That's it. The heavy lifting has to come from the scapegoat himself or herself. They have to do the heavy lifting. And that's the reality. I mean, they have to become their own savior. The scapegoat has to become their own savior. And I think the universe teaches the scapegoat how to be their own savior of themselves. So they're strong enough not to need any help from anybody because they've saved themselves with the guidance of the universe or God or Jesus or whatever you want to call it, showing that scapegoat how to heal themselves, and be their own hero, basically. I don't know. But anyways, just let me know what you think. it was just an idea that came to my mind. I have a lot of downtime right now because of a surgery surgery that I had done recently. So, anyways, in my downtime, I was thinking about, I need to find another thing that I can do, that I can help people, but maybe make money at the same time, type of thing. And uh, the most life experience I have is surviving around these uh, individuals and trying to heal in the aftermath of being scapegoated for maybe 29, 30 years, of straight scapegoating, uh, until I finally had enough, so that's a lot of experience, so anyways, just let me know. I will talk to you later. If it's a bad idea, just let me know too. I don't know. I'm thinking of ideas. So anyways, later.